Hello everybody, it is iRacler. Welcome back to Global Rescue. I know last time I mentioned that we were going to be looking at the waterfront one, but I decided we're not ready to leave this one just yet. I've been enjoying it here, and okay. So right now, anyways, I thought we'd do a little bit more here. So, get this guy going once he gets there. So anyway, I wanted to focus a little.
The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task securing a sporting event and are waiting for new instructions.
Okay. Guess we'll just have you head home. And I can't think who's going to secure it now. I mean, it would seem like you attended an ambulance there. Not for security purposes, just for purposes. Well, I could expand the dispatch, but it seems the point. The only reason I would expand dispatch is there have been incidents of nobody being on shift to take a call. And I'm not sure if that's so much of. Holy smokes. I'm not sure if that's much of. If that's.
Attention, heat wave. High temperatures lead to more health problems.
Anyways, I'm not sure if that's related to where was I going? You know what? Not important. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish that. Yes. I can put a door in. Right here. So people can go straight into the bathroom from the break room. And vice versa. Because I'm thinking a lot of people are going out the staff room door and going up there. So this should fix some of it. Okay. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, this might create a problem now, because now people are going in here, going there, because it's a shorter route, I think. This I just created another problem. Well, no, people are going down there still. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna move this here. And then in the bathroom, I'm going to add another toilet on the end right here. No privacy. Okay, so now that we're here, let's just
A tree has caught fire and must be extinguished quickly before the fire spreads. Location, Northwest West Union Road.
Where's that speed control going on? Let me bring those guys home. Where did I have that stationed at?
Symptoms of heat stroke were reported at a busy festival. Locate the affected individuals. Location, Northwest Perimeter Drive.
Yeah, vehicles, police car 2. Okay, sorry, police car 6. Where's police car 6?
Fire Engine 1 has arrived at Burning Tree and is awaiting instructions. A slippery surface caused by an oil spill was reported at an intersection. Location, Northwest Jocelyn Street Northwest, 164th Terrace. A crowd of people has gathered, making the work of the emergency services more difficult. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task securing a sporting event and are waiting for new instructions.
You know what? Then the heck with it.
The fire has been successfully extinguished.
You know, I don't, it doesn't tell, paramedics. That's what I thought. But it doesn't say, it says secure. Yeah, okay.
Several people were robbed by an unknown individual at a swimming pool. Location, Northwest 152 Kane Terrace. Witnesses must be interviewed regarding the incident. The crowd is blocking the path to a heat stroke patient. The oil spill has been successfully cleaned up. The crowd was successfully brought under control. We've received multiple calls about an accident at an intersection involving multiple vehicles. Send officers to check the situation and direct traffic. Location, Northwest Telshire Lane, Northwest Telshire Terrace. Police Patrol Car 5 has arrived at robbery at swimming pool and is awaiting instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task, go around the crowd, and are waiting for new instructions. A car and a truck have collided at a road intersection. There are injured people who need to be rescued and treated. Location, Northwest St. Andrews Drive. Police Patrol Car 7 has arrived at car crash at intersection and is awaiting instructions. Emergency Ambulance 1 has arrived at heat stroke at a festival and is awaiting instructions. Ambulance 2 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions. Attempts to go around the crowd were unsuccessful. Push through the crowd to reach the heat stroke patient. The drivers seem to be okay, but one of them is stuck inside their car due to the damage. Send in a firefighter to force open the vehicle's door. Roads must be closed to prevent further accidents. Fire Engine 2 has arrived at traffic accident involving a truck and a car and is awaiting instructions. Diesel and oil are leaking from the truck. The driver has been safely removed from their vehicle. Roof tiles are threatening to fall onto the street from a residential building. Eliminate the hazard as quickly as possible. Location, Northwest Chana Drive. Emergency services have pushed through the crowd and located the patient. They must now be treated.
Okay.
Traffic is now blocked. The leaking fuel has been successfully removed. The witnesses must be questioned about the circumstances of the accident. The witness statements were recorded. Two people are injured and need to be examined and treated by paramedics. The witness statements were recorded. All heat stroke patients have received medical treatment. One person needs to be taken to the hospital. Neighbors report hearing cries for help coming from an elderly person in a nearby apartment. Speak with the caller and locate the apartment. Location, Northwest Paddington Drive. The two individuals were treated at the scene and do not need to be taken to hospital. The hazard has been eliminated.
That's good. Good to know. I responded to the helpless person department because I know what this is. I guess that is one slight downside. After all, you know how the calls are going to transpire. Although this person could be fine.
The front door appears to be blocked from the inside. A ladder truck is needed to gain access via the balcony. The patient was reached after the balcony door was opened and is now in critical condition.
Oh. Now. You can head out, and you can probably head out too. Keep the police here just in case.
The injured person has received medical treatment. One person needs to be taken to the hospital.
Yep. Okay. What's the research look like? Okay, so I got that completely. I can do better beds all the way. They got everything except the squad car unlocked. And of course vehicle up to 15. What's that up to? It's a 10. And up to 15. To 18. Oh wow, okay. About SWAT. Up to 10, okay. That's why it's like, no, up to 10, okay. Yeah, we're not nearing the 10 limit. We're not even halfway there when it comes to, well, like fire trucks, I guess we're halfway there, technically, but we're not even halfway with the SWAT. I mean, what is the cost to get the vehicle limit up? I mean, you might as well do it. Why not? Let's get it out of the way. Oh, you just got there, okay. Whoa. That needs to be washed. Okay, I'm not going to hire two, but I'm going to put 2 desks in there. And then we'll hire an advanced control center person. So, because I heard that beep beep sound, that it, gosh, this sounds really stupid. You know what I mean, game. Or everyone, I guess.
A water pipe has burst in a residential building. Turn off the water and pump the basement dry. Location, Northwest St. Andrews Drive. Ambulance 4 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions. The traffic lights at an intersection have failed. Traffic must be directed manually. Location, Northwest Troon Drive, Northwest Fall Creek Place. The water was turned off. Further damage was prevented.
Oh boy. Okay.
The defective traffic light caused a traffic accident.
Seriously?
An armed person is barricaded in an apartment. Location, Northwest Mitchell Street. The problem has been solved and the traffic light is working again.
Oh, traffic light was secure. Okay. You know what? You're right there. Let's just have you go there. You never know.
The person is in the apartment. Decide whether to storm the apartment or negotiate with the perpetrator first.
Try and talk to them.
There is a fire in the kitchen of an apartment building. The stairwell is filled with smoke and one person is missing. Location, Northwest Ramona Drive. There are still some residents trapped above the apartment where the fire broke out who need to be evacuated. Explore the surroundings and provide feedback to the control center. The perpetrator surrendered after negotiations. SWAT Car 1 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions.
Okay.
Multiple reports indicate that a vehicle has crashed into a residential house. Dispatch officers to assess the situation. Location, Northwest Charlotte Street. Fire Engine 1 has arrived at Kitchen Fire and is awaiting instructions. The fire has been extinguished. Begin investigating the cause of the fire. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task exploration and are waiting for new instructions.
Fire investigation.
The residents were successfully evacuated. A group of onlookers has gathered. There is still one person inside the apartment. The rescued person requires urgent medical attention. Police Patrol Car 3 has arrived at vehicle crashes into residential house and is awaiting instructions. Attention, slippery roads. Poor weather conditions can lead to more accidents. The situation has been confirmed and the scene must be secured. Prepare additional emergency services for dispatch. A car has crashed into a fire hydrant. The vehicle is badly damaged and water is flooding the area, but no injuries have been sustained. The water supply must be shut off and the situation further assessed. Location, Northwest Fall Creek Place.
No.
Trapped persons have been discovered inside the vehicle. They must be freed by the fire brigade.
I knew it.
The collapse in the house has blocked the escape route of 2 persons on the upper floor. They must be rescued with a turntable ladder.
Oh.
The crowd was successfully brought under control.
Where's that ladder truck that's coming back? Yeah, you need to go to that vehicle. You need to go to that thing too.
A crowd has formed around the area, blocking traffic. Disperse the crowd to restore traffic flow. A driver has become aggressive towards bystanders due to traffic delays. He must be arrested and witnesses must be interviewed. The injured person could not be saved.
Are you serious?
We've received multiple calls about an accident at an intersection involving multiple vehicles. Send officers to check the situation and direct traffic. Location: Northwest Lindell Lane, Northwest 161st Avenue. The deployment of the turntable ladder has attracted onlookers who must be dispersed. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task escape route blocked and are waiting for new instructions. Ladder Truck 1 has arrived at vehicle crashes into residential house and is awaiting instructions. The water supply has been shut off and the damage has been documented for insurance purposes. 2 injured persons were freed and now require urgent medical attention. Fuel and oil are leaking from the vehicle. The perpetrator has been successfully arrested. Now the witnesses must be interviewed. The hazardous substances leaking from the vehicle have been successfully bound. Were successfully rescued from the upper floor. The onlookers have been dispersed. An accident has been reported involving a public bus. The bus driver is trapped and needs to be rescued. Location: Northwest Chanticleer Drive.
Wow, okay.
Several people have minor injuries. Several people were seriously injured and require medical attention. The injured have received medical treatment. The crowd was successfully brought under control. The witness statements were recorded.
Now you can go back to base.
Police Patrol Car 6 has arrived at car crash at intersection and is awaiting instructions. The bus is losing fuel. The bus driver was freed and requires medical attention. The accident site was successfully secured. One of the vehicles caught fire. Extinguish it before it spreads. Roads must be closed to prevent further accidents. The leaking fuel has been successfully removed. The persons have received medical treatment. Traffic is now blocked. One of the drivers is in respiratory distress. Medical attention is urgently required.
Don't worry, I got a doctor coming. Oh, I got a paramedic coming. Probably send a doctor.
The fire has been successfully extinguished.
Even if we send paramedics, I don't think they get there in time. We're doing what we can. And we treated the bus driver. Oh, he's still being treated. Okay.
The injured person has received medical treatment. The injured person suffered more severe injuries and is now being treated by another emergency service. Police Patrol Car 3 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions. Police Patrol Car 5 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions. The injured have received medical treatment.
Well, completed that mission, not flawlessly, because we couldn't get the doctor. We couldn't get the bus driver saved in time, so to speak, but we got the rest of it done. I need to send this out in the next call because it never gets any work. So. Max out the beds. That way everyone is rested up. Never have a problem. Although getting another ambulance may not be a bad idea. Just move you down there.
And a truck have collided at a road intersection.
Oh,
there are injured people who need to be rescued and treated. Location: Northwest Bethany Boulevard, Northwest Oak Hills Drive. An exhibitionist has exposed himself to passersby and must be apprehended. Location: Northwest Telshire Drive. A slippery surface caused by an oil spill was reported at an intersection. Location: Northwest Norwich Street, Northwest Norwich Circle. Diesel and oil are leaking from the truck. The witnesses must be questioned about the circumstances of the accident. The driver of the car is trapped and must be freed from the vehicle using a cutter and a spreader.
Okay, find the fuel first.
Roof tiles are threatening to fall onto the street from a residential building. Eliminate the hazard as quickly as possible. Location, Northwest Clubhouse Drive. The witness statements were recorded. No suspect could be found. Witnesses must be interviewed regardless, and a report must be filed. The leaking fuel has been successfully removed. The witness statements were recorded. The person is seriously injured and needs to be treated by an emergency doctor. The injured person has received medical treatment. A roof tile has fallen and struck a pedestrian. They now require medical attention. Neighbors report hearing cries for help coming from an elderly person in a nearby apartment. Speak with the caller and locate the apartment. Ladder truck 1 has arrived at loose roof tiles, storm damage, and is awaiting instructions. The oil spill has been successfully cleaned up.
Excuse me, gosh.
The hazard has been eliminated. Police Patrol Car 7 has arrived at helpless person in their apartment and is awaiting instructions.
Yep.
Concerned residents reported cries for help coming from a neighboring apartment. Location, Northwest Dominion Drive. The front door appears to be blocked from the inside. A ladder truck is needed to gain access via the balcony. Ladder truck 1 has arrived at helpless person in their apartment and is awaiting instructions.
Yep, I know I needed them. Gain access.
The patient was reached after the balcony door was opened and is now in critical condition. The injured person has received medical treatment. One person needs to be taken to the hospital. A heavily intoxicated person has been reported. Provide care for the person and transport them to a hospital if necessary. Location, Northwest Bethany and Mitchell. Fire Engine 2 has arrived at medical emergency behind closed doors and is awaiting instructions. Ambulance 2 has arrived at helpless person in their apartment and is awaiting instructions. The injured person has received medical treatment. The cries for help from an apartment on the first upper floor were confirmed. The emergency services must gain access to the apartment. The door was not opened for the emergency services. Another way in must be found. The damage caused by the deployment must be recorded. Access to the apartment was gained and an injured person was found. Ambulance 5 has arrived at drunk person and is awaiting instructions. The damage was documented. A table decoration has caught fire. Location, Northwest Northumbria Lane.
Really?
The fire has spread throughout the living room. The damage must be documented for insurance purposes.
Table fireworks. I mean,
multiple reports indicate that a vehicle has crashed into a residential house. Dispatch officers to assess the situation. Location, Northwest 153rd Terrace.
gosh.
The damage was documented. 2 people have severe burns. Ambulance 1 has arrived at Table Fireworks and is awaiting instructions.
You might be needed. Yeah, you are.
Emergency Ambulance 2 has arrived at Medical Emergency behind closed doors and is awaiting instructions. Ambulance 3 has arrived at drunk person and is awaiting instructions. The injured person has received medical treatment. Climate activists is blocking a main road and a major traffic jam has already formed. Police should assess the situation on scene. Location, Northwest Tullamore Way. Despite receiving good care, the patient has lost consciousness. The fire has been successfully extinguished. Police Patrol Car 5 has arrived at vehicle crashes into residential house and is awaiting instructions. Fire Engine 1 has arrived at vehicle crashes into residential house and is awaiting instructions. The situation has been confirmed and the scene must be secured. Prepare additional emergency services for dispatch. Police Patrol Car 7 has arrived at vehicle crashes into residential house and is awaiting instructions. The patient was successfully resuscitated. Trapped persons have been discovered inside the vehicle. They must be freed by the fire brigade. The collapse in the house has blocked the escape route of 2 persons on the upper floor. They must be rescued with a turntable ladder. 2 injured persons were freed and now require urgent medical attention. Fuel and oil are leaking from the vehicle. The persons were successfully rescued from the upper floor. Police Patrol Car 4 has arrived at climate activists blocking road and is awaiting instructions. The hazardous substances leaking from the vehicle have been successfully bound. The injured have received medical treatment. 1 person needs to be taken to the hospital. Emergency Ambulance 1 has arrived at Table Fireworks and is awaiting instructions. Officers negotiated with the activists on scene. They voluntarily cleared the road. Good work. The injured have received medical treatment. 1 person needs to be taken to the hospital.
Okay. Gosh. That was insane. It's crazy. But we did it. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to do, just because I am afraid that people can't get through here, is I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to... Although he's back there, so that was unnecessary. Okay, well, let's just put those back. Not like I don't have the money. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cannot catch a break. Ah! Keeps going back. Okay, so let's fix this. So the gym, yeah, and then kitchen. I think I have good parts in the kitchen. Okay, we'll go with corridor then. There, thought that might be a bit more. Yeah, just streamline things.
Attention, slippery roads, Poor weather conditions can lead to more accidents. A minor accident occurred while parking. The damage must be documented and witnesses must be interviewed. Location, Northwest 153rd Avenue.
I don't need that right now. I don't need the money increase either.
Two vehicles have been involved in a rear-end accident at an intersection. Police must secure the area and assess the situation. Location, Northwest Perimeter Drive. Police must block traffic to prevent additional accidents at the intersection. The witness statements were recorded. An accident has been reported involving a public bus. The bus driver is trapped and needs to be rescued. Location, Northwest Frick Lane. Several people have minor injuries. Several people were seriously injured and require medical attention. The damages were documented. Witnesses must be interviewed to determine the cause of the accident. Fire Engine 1 has arrived at additional task and is awaiting instructions. The witnesses have been interviewed and an accident report must now be filed. The roads were closed in time to prevent a second accident. The accident report has been filed.
'68.
reports having seen a firearm through a window while walking through a residential area. Locate the caller to have the affected apartment identified. Location, Northwest 1666th Avenue. The bus is losing fuel. The bus driver was freed and requires medical attention. The persons have received medical treatment. The leaking fuel has been successfully removed. The accident site was successfully secured. A gas explosion has occurred at a residential property and the fire must be extinguished. Location, Northwest Forest Avenue.
Gas explosion?
The road near the incident must be closed to prevent onlookers from gathering at the scene.
By the way, back at base. Firearm sighted. Back to the one involving a bus. Holy smokes.
The injured bus driver received medical attention. Now the witnesses must be questioned.
Oh.
The damage caused must be documented.
Yeah, turn around.
The injured have received medical treatment. A wanted criminal has been spotted. First, a roadblock must be set up. Location, Northwest Craig Drive. Fire Engine 2 has arrived at gas explosion and is awaiting instructions. The witness statements were recorded. Several people on scene have presented with injuries and require medical attention.
Oh.
Police Patrol Car 3 has arrived at firearm sighted and is awaiting instructions. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task, question witnesses, and are waiting for new instructions. The road near the incident was closed. Gain access to the apartment in question and assess the situation. The assigned emergency services cannot complete the task, check situation, and are waiting for new instructions. The persons have received medical treatment.
Gosh.
Police Patrol Car 5 has arrived at wanted criminal and is awaiting instructions. The investigation revealed that a child was playing with a toy gun in the apartment. There is no danger.
And where? That was... Yeah.
The damages were documented. The perpetrator has been discovered and must be apprehended by special forces.
that's fine. Because they're here. I sense what?
Evacuated individuals will be staying with friends or family. Temporary accommodation is not required. The perpetrator was successfully arrested. The fire has been successfully extinguished.
Never mind. We're gonna do it really close to the base. I'm gonna get the high 90s, upper 90s range. I mean, I'm not complaining. I cover doing the trading the weapons though here. Like, is this like usually trading weapon things that happen in like areas are usually done like in secure locations. So is this like one person trading the weapons? Or are we talking about like a wholesale thing? Because if this is like a large scale operation of like lots of people trading the weapons, maybe doing it as outside an apartment. Not so good. Just gonna get the people who are flying down this and going into the double lane. Coming back from, I don't know, something. So I've thought about doing downtown Portland, yeah, or downtown, whatever, somewhere, just for the pure chaos, that probably ensues. I mean, I almost want to do it just to experience it, like just feel like, oh, look at like this year, like just insanity that's taking place, because that's the thing, I guess. By the way, I hope all of you guys are staying safe. We have an air quality warning in effect here, as the index has ticked up with some of the smoke coming from some of the wildfires. So, and to those of you who are near the wildfires, I hope you're all staying safe. It's just, we're just getting all the residual smoke, but some of you guys I know, it's a lot more, I guess, real would be the way of putting it. So there is that. I have lived in not natural disaster, in areas where you get some pretty crazy stuff like that. I remember spending some time in the middle of it. Spending some time, I was indoors, thankfully, but I could see what was happening outdoors. As we had a massive cyclone hit us. And if you're wondering what a cyclone is, contrary to what
A caller reports a medical emergency. Location, Northwest Troon Way.
Contrary to what some of the movies make you believe, a cyclone is actually a hurricane spinning the opposite way. So that's what I was experiencing. because that the world has cyclones. So that was interesting. Um, being the good son that I am, I made sure to send the pictures of the animals, the dangerous animals that had showed up on the streets to carried there by the rushing water. I made sure to send those pictures to my loving mother with descriptions about what all those animals can do to a human being. And I sent those pictures and the descriptions, and then
a tree is blocking a road and needs to be removed. Location: Northwest Bethany Boulevard.
Sat back, quite pleased with myself for doing that, and let my father deal with that issue. So that was fun. So he was not very appreciative of me doing that, but yeah. So no, I need to send a doctor to that. So, okay. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it here. So thank you so much for taking the day to watch.
A person with circulatory problems is stuck in a ride at a great height and needs to be freed. Location: Northwest 153rd Avenue.
We'll deal with that next time.
The tree has been successfully removed and the road is clear.
Pause. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for taking time today to watch Global Rescue. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. But hit that subscribe button. I appreciate that immensely. After going through and watching the research on Tuesday from Soviet Republic, and I got quite a bit of reading done during that period of time, so to speak. I decided we're gonna pivot away from that because there was a game that recently came out called The Ranchers, which, from what I've heard, from what I've seen from the gameplay footage and trailer, it looks like Stardew Valley plus plus a little bit of Grand Theft Auto plus a little bit of Farmer's Dynasty. You have a farm, and basically that's that you I think like inherited or something, so to speak. And so it's basically like Stardew Valley in that regard. And you plant farms and such. There's livestock. Apparently, you capture livestock. You can go hunting. You can get second jobs. You can commit crimes. You can be arrested and spend time in jail. You build your farmhouse. It seems so. There is that. So it seems like a lot of things. I mean, it's still in early access, but the early access release has been on my wish list forever. The reviews are mixed. Some people, I read bad and good reviews. Some of the bad reviews seem to be more of just personal preferences. But they did say, but most people, even the good reviews, say the driving is janky, so that should be fun all by itself. Obviously it's early access, so obviously the developers are still working on it, but more than happy to, but it's not, it wasn't, but it's $25, so more than happy to send some of that way to support them. And we'll be experiencing it all together on Tuesday. So make sure to stick around for that. Sorry I didn't post a campus video yesterday. I've been feeling sick for the last 2 days. So I just didn't. I didn't feel like posting at all. I didn't feel like doing much of anything. In fact, I slept most of the day. Still a bit tired, actually, honestly. But from my body fighting whatever it was, I think it was a 24-hour thing. I'm not sure. Not important. So anyways, guys, make sure to be there tomorrow for Evil Saturday, and then we have some more Story Sunday, and we'll jump right back in. Excuse me, into Hotel Architect on Monday and experience Greece. So that's why I ask you all to subscribe so you can be keep apprised of all those things. And to those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Anyways, guys, until next time, my name is Rosler, and it's Into the Watch.